Hello everyone, this is the Husky here, and after I posted that recent video of us, kind of playing in the Bronze League, a lot of people wanted us to do a worker rush, and it is really funny that so many people requested it because when we were doing our placement matches, we did just that. We did, I believe, 5 worker rushes, and unfortunately, some of them ended up being wins, and some of them ended up being losses. We were hoping for all losses. So this is one of the games where we ended up doing a worker rush. We're going against David and Twin Dragons. We are going to be sending all of our units up here. We do have shared unit control on, and we have literally sent every single one. I do decide to lift off my command center, and I'm flying it towards that high yield expansion as the safety fallback. And we are going to go ahead and watch this battle here. Units lost, we'll keep an eye on it. Our opponent is the blue player, and we'll see if we can pull ahead here in the amount of units lost. It does seem like he has lost 7, we have lost 5. Now he has lost 10, and we have lost 5. But the problem is that his reinforcing ally is running up here as well, trying to intercept our SCVs, and that is not going to be good for us. That is more drones than we can bear to handle. I'm not sure why his ally decided to run all the way over here, but he did. Command center for Twin Dragon going to be running to his ally. Drones are going to retreat. So we were able to kill 10 workers. We ended up losing 6 ourselves, and we are going to try and get these last 2 right here, trying to get this route. No, they're going to escape. Weren't quite watching that correctly, and these drones now going to be engaging there. Now, oh wait, these are mine. Maybe I was freaking out. Yep, those were mine. Whatever. But yeah, if you look at my unit tab here, I have 3 workers after that initial SCV rush, and I flew my command center to the center of the map at this high yield expansion, and my friend is going to be attempting to just harass these workers even though he is vastly outnumbered. There is going to be a spawning pool on the way. He is going to delay this mining as much as possible. If we look at the income tab, I am currently in the lead, depressingly enough, just because we were able to harass this for quite a while. So now the spawning pool is going to be on the way for David, and that's going to be bad news if he's able to get this up and running. So the drones are happily punching away at this, once again delaying mining as long as we possibly can, allowing me to just inch ahead barely, as I am going to be making SCVs this entire time. And it is pretty easy to make SCVs off of a high yield expansion. Looks like we should be able to win this battle. Trying to micro there a little bit on both sides, although both players are going to end up losing a lot of workers there. So if we do look at the units lost tab here, so far they've lost a total of 14 workers. We've only lost a total of 7 so far, but they are going to have a tech advantage by getting a spawning pool. Not something I'm used to saying there, as there are going to be some Zerglings on the way. And there is 4 drones here now. They most likely have to run away, just because once the Zerglings are out, then this amount of drones do not stand a chance. Now those drones are going to have to escape out of there. And during this, I was able to build a command center with 1 barracks, which is what I have on the way right now. These drones virtually worthless versus these Zerglings, and I was telling him over Skype at the time to go ahead and try and delay the Zerglings as long as possible, because if they get to me, I'm totally screwed, and unfortunately he cannot delay them as the red player is committed to attacking this location, and that is 6 Zerglings, full HP now, going to be scouting out my base and attacking me. So I'm going to try and micro to the best of my ability, trying to clump up my workers as much as possible. And unfortunately, I am losing quite a few workers there, and able to hang on to some of those. So I do have the barracks on the way. Barracks just now finishes, and I need to get out a Marine as desperately as I can, so I'm going to go ahead and start that one up right now. So I believe my ally has no units. Yep, he only has an Overlord, so I'm going to have to feed him money if I want to get him back in this game. So attempting to build this bunker here, and my SCV is trying to chase that away. So now the tides have turned in that I'm having to deal with this now. So slight mismicro there by my Marine. I tinily clicked him on the wrong area, but it does look like he will be able to clean this up. So 3 kills on him. He's only got 10 HP though. Chances of survival looking even smaller, as my bunker though is trying to get up and running. SCV's desperately trying to mine. The pathing is just horrible because of this bunker placement, and now I'm trying to get out of Marine, but the Zerglings are attacking this bunker quite heavily. So I do have my SCVs attempting to repair it. I will be running my Marine around the edges, and I have to free up a spot to go ahead and put him in there. I do get my Marine in there, so I am going to hang on for just a little bit longer. But the problem is now Twin Dragon at the bottom right side does have his base up and running. More Zerglings on the way for our red player, and he's going to be attempting to get even more Zerglings. So David really wants to end this with just Zerglings right now. But thankfully for me, I'm nicely walled in here with my 1 little bunker here. Yes, it is messing up my mining, which is kind of okay, I guess, because it was able to allow me to survive there. And if you look at the income tab, I am crushing just because of the high yield expansion. It's hilarious how good high yield expansions are this early, although they really are super low on workers, trying to recover from that. So it does look like my ally here going to be in a lot of trouble. Just gonna go ahead and speed this up. He's gonna get attacked here. This hatchery getting blasted away. At the same time, I am going to be putting down my 2 barracks. And it looks like the opponent's going to be doing that as well. This hatchery should be going down. There we go. Broodling's going to kill a couple Zerglings, which is always nice, especially in this situation. And my ally has just Larva left, is the only units now on the map for him. I don't even think they'll show up on the units tab. Nope, I guess he does have his Overlord too. So he'll be microing that Overlord to its heart's content. And the David, not sure if I'm up here or not, realizes most likely not going to be up there. And not sure, it looks like the SCV is going to be scouting around to see if they can find me. But for now, it does look like I'm going to survive for just a little bit longer. I'm working on getting out more barracks. Same thing, looks like Twin Dragon has the same idea. Attacking with Zerglings, so would not be very ideal for them. And I haven't got my orbital yet, just simply because I wanted to get as many workers on these minerals as possible, because high yield expansions, I mean, every SCV you get, you're just mining so much more quickly. So I didn't want to lose that mining time. Plus, man, I got Marines to make here, so go ahead and speed this up once again, as it is now on the ×2. Looks like David's pooping out a creep tumor very close to his hatchery. Should probably put that over on that side. But now it is basically a 2 versus 1. My ally has nothing going on. He did make a drone because I gave him 50 minerals, and is going to leave it right here in case I'm ever able to get a ton of money. And I have given unit control to Anaris, as I am just going to sit back and macro while I allow him to micro the Marines, and we're going to see what we can make happen here. It does look like Twin Dragon is going to be reinforcing this, though. So here he goes right now, going to attempt to micro these as well as he can, keeping them spread out. Nice spread there, doing as much damage as possible, attempting to take as little damage as possible. Unfortunately, reinforcements are getting annihilated here. Haven't quite realized that on the rally point. So my poor Marines are running into the meat grinder, and it kind of reminds me of that game you used to play in like middle school where you'd send one person over and you try and bust through the wall of people. But for now, these Marines doing quite a bit of damage, as David has now transitioned into roaches. And oh no, no Marines, don't do it. Don't do it, Marines, as I think they are indeed. Actually, am I going to attack here? Yes, I'm at least attacking here right now. His angle is much better, though, and my micro definitely not helping me out there. But it does look like these Marines doing quite a bit of damage. Drones now, not sure if they want to engage us or not because the roaches aren't in good enough numbers, but the Marines still hanging on, taking out as much damage as possible on this Zerg player. He's attempting to kill the hatchery. And so right now, basically at this point, I'm just allowing him to micro these Marines inside the base of the Zerg player. This is very frustrating for the Zerg player to deal with. And the hatchery does go down. Zerg player does not have 300 minerals, but Broodling's pretty good against that amount of Marines. And unfortunately, because of my stupid rally points, I ended up losing a lot of those Marines. The remainder of the Marines going to get taken out as well. And how much money does this player have? 300, just enough to give his ally should he want to. And we will see if he does that. So just keep an eye on these minerals. If he shoots up, then that means he does get minerals from his friend. But for now, we have more Marines streaming over here. Blue selected, but I own these Marines. So hopefully my friend deals with them well and doesn't allow them to all die. But he is trying to micro them as best he can. There's only 3 roaches left, and not going to cause too much damage there. Looking at the units lost tab here, Red Zerg has lost 2,500, his allies lost 1,100, but we aren't really in much better shape. I've lost 2,100 to the 650, although my ally has been out of this game the entire time. These drones are still alive. We are trying to bust up here to kill off these roaches, because we know that we've already killed his hatchery, and this Zerg player has been revealed, so we know that he has not made another hatchery anywhere yet. So if we can kill off these drones, that will prevent him from doing so, and it's just these roaches are proving to be extremely annoying. Looks like blue going to be reinforcing up here as well. If we look at the army size tabs here, it is 40 and 12 versus 39. So we are behind. It's just, I mean, yeah, we are technically behind in the supply count. So I'm trying to make as many units as possible here. I do have a lot of racks. So does my opponent, though. I have another expansion on the way, which is kind of my natural of this high yield center location. Does snipe that last roach there. There's one more roach remaining. He does have 7 kills on that one roach. So everyone has so few units that we're trying to be careful here on what exactly we do with them. And so far, looks like he's going to kill this Overlord just because he can. So that Overlord goes down. This Marine's chance of survival not looking so good. But I have managed to squeeze out some Marauders finally. The mining on this guy's especially is horrendous because of this bunker. But I want to keep that bunker just in case. And the army sizes are now 50 to about 60 total, so we're still a little bit behind. Our Zerg player did get money from his ally, So he's going to attempt to rebuild that up while Twin Dragon sits back to guard him. So is there going to be a hatchery on the way? Yep, David throwing down a hatchery. So we really can't let that one get up, as that will be very frustrating to deal with should that one get up and running. But that does mean they sent 300 resources on that. Not sure where these SCVs are going. Well, maybe up here to the top right side, as the blue player trying to re-expand back inside of his main base. So here we go right here. What upgrades do I have? I don't have combat shields or stim pack. I do have the Marauder Slow, which can prove to be effective if you are at an advantage army-wise. So we're trying to decide what to do here. Naris, I'm letting him control for me. We'll see if we can go ahead and engage this. Does put the Marauders in front to try and absorb some of that damage, but we'll see. Speeding up right now, and here comes the battle right here. So if the blue player tries to run, he will have Marauder Slow on him. He decides to stim and run into that army, proving not to be the best idea, as I also have combat shield and stim pack on the way, as well as expanding up here in the top left side. So that is going to be hidden up there, so hopefully that does not get spotted. But my income is definitely starting to destroy that of my opponents, so 1,300 to 800. And we are going to be able to clean this one out as well. Force the cancel on the hatchery, and then go ahead and clean up these buildings. So during all this, I have been macroing pretty well, and just kind of sitting back, trying to use as much money as possible. And how many of these do I have? I have 6 barracks, as well as a starport on the way. I was going to use that for a Banshee, simply because if you can get out of this cloak tech structure, then it's pretty darn good. I'm being a Reaper to scout around the map. I need to make sure if there's any sort of hidden expansions that I don't know about, as that would be extremely annoying. And we're going to run down here. His combat shields are done, but so are mine, baby. And we are going to be going ahead and cleaning these guys up as well. And the drones are unfortunately going to spot my expansion, which has one poor SCV there. So this is going to get taken out by drones, which is absolutely humiliating. Humiliation. There is a siege tank here. Siege mode not done, as the blue Terran, oh yeah, that's what I like to see. A bunch of dying SCVs. The siege tech, we'll see if it's done. Looks like Anaris is out for blood, though. He does not want to wait for that siege tank to get siege mode, and we'll go ahead and take that out. Siege mode just finishing for our blue Terran, so that would have been much more difficult to destroy. But at the same time, I do have my Reaper up here, causing some damage, making some hate, and I'm going to keep him alive as long as possible. My poor command center, man. All he wanted to do was sit there and mine, so I'm trying to micro my Reaper because I don't want to lose him, because he's pretty cool. And at this point in the game, I have Banshees with Cloak, which they really have no answer for. And I was going to start working towards Vikings in case they started to run their buildings around the map, which they're kind of doing. Unfortunately, they're not, for them, they're not really hiding them. They're kind of sending them to their death as they're running them towards me rather than flying directly to their new base. So, yep, he's told him to land here, but I don't know if that's going to happen. As my Reaper is throwing his little bombs, Banshee showing up here really to seal the deal on this one. So I just want to make this video because a lot of people were asking for a worker rush. That's exactly what we did. And then we followed it up with taking the high yield expansion in the middle and having fun with that. So this is during our placement rounds, and we're like, gosh darn it, we're trying to get into Bronze League here. So now we're going to be running up here with all these, and should be able to take these out just fine. Not a lot they can do, but gotta stem, focus these down, as that is a lot of Marines. Should have no problem taking that out. Goodbye there. This building is lifted off. I think that's the only building they have left. Nope, they have an expansion up here, but there's really no way he's gonna do that. So he decides to leave the game, and that was an effective worker rush. We had, I believe, 3 games. It was either 2 or 3 out of 5 that we won with a worker rush, which was, we found it pretty entertaining. So this game was just for fun, kind of a prelude, is that the right word, into the having fun in Bronze series. So yeah, this is how to worker rush and then take your base to the high yield. Do a Destiny Cloud Fist build, put my Marauders into dropships, take them to your base and blow you up. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.